back here once again, everyone. Now, I've stated this before. I have no problem with a multiversal story. None. I think if it's done correctly, it could be really interesting to get a different aspect of what the world would be like, what the universe would be like, what the heroes would be like, what the bad guys would be like. I have no problem with it, per se. However, I think what Marvel has done and continue to do with the multiverse, especially involving Spider-Man, is downright criminal. Because Spider-Man is the one character in Marvel that they have overused to death. To the point now where it's just absolutely ridiculous. Truly flipping ridiculous how badly they have overused this character. Peter Parker getting bitten by that radioactive spider and becoming Spider-Man was iconic. It's unique, it's interesting, it's amazing, it's what makes this character Spider-Man. But when you have a couple hundred spider people swinging all over the freaking place, all that uniqueness is gone. Absolutely gone. And you see a trend now in Marvel and DC where they are so determined to literally pander to whatever the hell it is that they're trying to do, that they end up insulting rather than, as they believe, somehow helping. They end up literally insulting people. Edge of Spider-Verse has been a controversial nightmare, right? Edge of Spider-Verse has been a total freaking nightmare. The current Edge of Spider-Verse it's number 4, I believe. Yes, number 4. The one before this, now I haven't read any of these, I have no interest in reading any of them, but the one before this, they introduced some spider person. She have a Union Jack on her, on the front of her outfit, and she's black, and of course, she's gay, because they need that representation harder than anything. They need to push that as intricately as possible, because if they don't, then they have literally nothing to actually talk about anymore. So there's that. And then the one that's coming after number 4, I think number 5, is where they're going to introduce the officially gay Spider-Man, some kind of Liberace looking weirdo on an acid trip, so they're looking to do that. But in this one, I want to discuss what they're doing here. I want you to take a look at this picture. Yeah? Take a look at this. Now, we have this spider person here. I believe this is Sun Spider. That's what the person's called. Now, Sun Spider was created by some person who made the thing, because I think Marvel had sent out something for the Spider-Verse thing, asking people to create new variations of Spider-Man. Horrible idea, but they did it, and somebody created this, and now T. Franklin has decided to revamp the character and bring back the character. Why would anybody want T. Franklin to do anything? I don't know, but we're getting T. Franklin doing this. So this person is supposed to be a spider person, right? Be a spider person. Now, they have a wheelchair webbed to their back, right? A wheelchair is webbed to their back. They have crutches that are shooting out webs, and they're swinging. Now, if you have a wheelchair and you have crutches, it means that your legs cannot support your body weight. There's something wrong with you that is keeping your legs from being able to have the strength to support your body weight. Meaning your legs don't, meaning you're paralyzed or something like that, right? Your body cannot support it. So that's what's happening. But in Marvel's infinite attempt to try and pander to their audience, they have pretty much insulted the very people that they're trying to pander to. And I'm going to explain why. Because if you're telling me that this person is supposed to be a spider person or than the other, how in God's name are they web swinging? How? Because if they're doing that, their legs would be flailing and flying around, all over the place as they swing around, and just be waving, dangling in the air. Because you don't have the leg strength to do it. And part of web swinging is not just arm strength. You need the leg strength and everything to maneuver yourself, to make turns, to do all these sorts of things. That's how Spider-Man does it. Because when Spider-Man web swings, not just shoot a web swing to one building, it's a speed he web swings at, and he uses his body to make turns, make maneuvers, make every kind of action that is required in order for him to do this. But somehow you're telling me that you are perfectly okay, right? You're perfectly okay saying that this person who clearly does not possess the leg strength necessary to do anything is a spider person. Their legs would be dangling around. You would literally break all the bones in your legs and your hip bone in like 68 different places. That's it. Your leg will be completely, all the bones in your legs and your hip, basically everything below your waist will be completely shattered once you're web swinging around. That's pretty much what it is. So it's a completely stupid move, idea, everything to do this. So, but it doesn't stop there. Now, this person's web swinging with this wheelchair strapped to their back. Where do they land? I don't know, but probably in some kind of alleyway or something. And it turns out that this person is a woman, and she gets into her wheelchair. And of course, because we need to check this, we need to check as many boxes as possible. We've already insulted disabled people. That's one box check. Now we have to go and pander to the LGBT alphabet community people. So this person puts on the outfit, they're going to some kind of wedding or something, and they have this rainbow flag-colored dress thing on, and they're wheeling on, because I don't know what kind of wedding takes place in some kind of bloody alleyway, but that's what's happening. Because the person, you cannot just be disabled anymore. No, you have to be gay. That's very important, and we have as much representation as possible. Why would anybody go to a wedding with a rainbow-colored thing on? I don't know. Who in God's name would do that? But who gives a shit? Let's just keep pushing that as far as possible. This is Marvel literally once again insulting their fan base. Insulting not just their fan base, but insulting people, disabled people. They did it with this. The last time they did it wrong, I covered with this whole. They had this transgender thing, and it was so stupid. Face hopper, big time trans chick, what kind of nonsense. It didn't flipping make any sense at all. But this is just really stupid. Really, really stupid. Because if you're going to do some sort of hero and have them be a disabled person, there are ways that you can do it respectfully, have this character be interesting, and get good stories out of it. Let's take, for instance, Barbara Gordon. In The Killing Joke, Joker shot her literally in the spine, so she ended up paralyzed from the from the waist down. She became Oracle. Right? She became Oracle. She was able to she wasn't able to be Batgirl anymore. She became Oracle. She became the very brain center of the Bat family and other heroes. She even ended up with the Birds of Prey and all of this sort of stuff. You understand me? She became a very interesting character. Yes, don't get me wrong. Barbara Gordon could still kick some ass even in her wheelchair. She still did. But she wasn't going outside there and, throwing batarangs and swinging around with her legs flailing and dangling in the air like some kind of sick joke. It wasn't sensible. It didn't make any kind of rational sense at all. She was doing what she could do. This made the character interesting. Yes, then they ended up putting some kind of microchip thing in the spine, and she started to walk again. Okay, I mean, people have different opinions. Some liked it, some didn't like it. Okay, I'm not going to get into that. But what I'm saying is, you didn't see her out there doing something she wasn't capable of doing. Look again at Professor Xavier. Professor Xavier is paralyzed from the window. He can't walk. But, well, back then, they revamped it now, so they're not even going to that. But he is Professor Xavier is most likely the most powerful telepath in the world. That's his strength. That is his strength. That he gathered together the X-Men all together, and he wanted to help the world do things, but you didn't see Professor Xavier, hanging on to the blackbird as it flies away and his legs dangling in the air as he going along. Come on, it didn't make any kind of freaking sense. He's a telepath. That's what he does. Even if you look at another character, Daredevil, for instance. Yes, Daredevil isn't physically, with legs or anything, paralyzed or anything, but he's blind. But he's still a superhero because his other senses are enhanced and allows him to be able to navigate and do things. Even Stanley said that when he created Daredevil, he wanted to create a character who had a disability, but was still able to overcome it. And he said that, and he said in an interview I saw that he got messages and phone calls and things from members of the blind community and other things, thanking him for actually creating a character that isn't held back by their disability, but isn't doing something so unbelievable. But it still makes sense. That is how you do something. That is how you create a character. If a character has a disability, it doesn't have to restrict them. But that doesn't mean that you have to turn this character into some kind of sick joke. This is terrible. What in God's name is this even supposed to be about? You literally have this Sun Spider character. He's swinging around with a wheelchair strapped to their back, shooting out webs from crutches. How the hell do you fight? That's what I'm trying to understand. How do you fight? You don't possess the leg strength to do it. You have to be hopping around, they're shooting webs, hopping around. How do you suppose? This is bloody ridiculous and it's absolutely stupid. That's what this is. Absolutely stupid. Once again, we see Marvel pandering and literally insulting the audience that they are attempting to pander to. It makes no freaking sense. None at all. This is a terrible interpretation of any kind of character, and it goes to show how much they just plain and simple don't give a shit about anything that they're doing anymore. You're literally telling somebody that, listen, we're going to make this character as cringeworthy as possible because we want a disabled character. God forbid you make a disabled character that actually have some kind of realistical thing to what they're doing. No. Let's have this person swinging around with a wheelchair strapped to their back using crutches, their legs dangling all over the flicking place, probably breaking them in over 70 different places if they aren't already. And then when they touch down in an alley, they get into their wheelchair, put on their pride-colored dress, because they need to let everybody know this is the orientation that they belong to, and then they wheel themselves out of there to go to a wedding that is apparently taking place in a bloody alleyway. This is stupid. Let me know in the comments what you think. You have a different opinion. I'd love to hear it. If you like the video, be sure to hit that thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't already. Ring the notification bell. Be notified every time I put out a new video. And I shall see you all next time. God have mercy. Take care.